Hey y'all, this is AL Fake Madame, and I told y'all earlier in the community post that I was gonna spill some of my own tea. And before the sun start really going down and I lose any more light, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all the little things that's been going on and spill my own tea. I don't mind telling y'all stuff that be going on with me. So let me tell y'all what's been going on because it's juicy-ish, if you want to say. Better than the Married Man Side Heifer Saga stuff that's been going on, or the lack thereof as of late. But yeah, y'all, don't mind me. I finally braided my hair down so that I can attempt to do my head. But we gonna see. That's why I'm looking so rough. I gotta get ready to go and pick up a package. Y'all, I'm tired. My one-on-one celebration with my friend is tomorrow, where she is doing a seafood boil for me. So I'm very happy about that. So next time y'all see me, my hair be looking better than this. I guess it'll be looking more presentable. Let me say that, because I don't want to put all that on it and then it come out looking a fool. I don't know. If it don't come out the way I want it to start looking, as soon as I start doing what I'm doing to it, I'm gonna switch it up and do something else. We gonna see, because that's how I am. I'm upset because everything that I was supposed to get for my birthday has arrived, but the one thing that I wanted the most, which was these these four pairs of glasses, and they were supposed to be here a week before my birthday, and I'm like, why are my glasses sitting in Texas waiting for the company to take it to the United States Postal Service for them to then bring it to me, which would have taken no more than 3 days tops for them to like get it from there to here. Child, I'm just tired of everybody at this point. But anyway, I just literally finished braiding my hair down. Man, y'all don't understand. Whenever I have to do this, I dread it. It took me 3-4 days to do this. This was supposed to be done Sunday, and I'm tired in my spirit. Like, it literally took me all day up until this time for me to get this done. And I started this morning. And it's not that I'm braiding slow or anything. I hate it. I despise it. My arms wasn't even hurting. My neck ain't hurting, none of that. I just despise it, y'all. My bad. So anyway, let me go ahead and get into my tea. I had to say that real quick because it was on my heart. So yeah, yeah, y'all. Okay, so remember I told y'all some of the little stuff that happened for my birthday. I got calls, text messages, regular messages, and stuff like that from people wishing me a happy birthday, even people coming out of the woodwork, right? Y'all, when I put that community post up, tell me why at the same time some foolishness was popping off. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. So y'all remember when I told y'all that this dude reached out, who I had gone out of my way, well, not really out of my way, I took it upon myself to get him some groceries because he was about to be homeless, didn't have no food, hadn't eaten, and all this other stuff, right? The dude liked me though, and I'm like, you don't even really know my name. Like, I gave him a fake name and everything. So I'm like, sir, you don't even know my name. So how do you like me? How are you seeing the future with me? No, you're seeing yourself in my home where I live. You're seeing yourself here in this apartment because you're about to get kicked out. That's what you're seeing. I have food here. You think you're going to sit up here all day and do nothing and eat food and watch the TV and run up the electricity bill? That's what we're not going to do. I'm not taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? I felt compelled to get you groceries because it was over 100 and some degrees and he hadn't been eating. That particular day when I went to take him to go get the groceries, it was over 100 and some degrees then. I had gotten off work and went and took him to go get something to eat. At that time, I was working 7 days a week and I was getting paid peanuts. I was getting paid peanuts pretty much, y'all. And so I did the absolute most. I spent 100 and something dollars on groceries for him. Nothing in that grocery bill pertained to me at all. And I did that out of the kindness of my heart. It is what it is. So in his mind, he just felt like, oh, he really liked me, want to give me and all this other stuff. I've been told him, no, I'm good where I'm at. He didn't want to hear that. So I had to basically be like, let me not answer no phone calls or nothing. Bye, like you'd have lost your mind, because you're not going to try to force something on me that I don't want. Child, tell me why he reached out the other day on my birthday, Monday, and said, hi. And then he sent another message and was like, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I've been looking for you for all this time. Thank God I found you. And so then I was like, I do remember you, but why have you been looking for me? And I asked that on purpose because I'm waiting to see if he gonna say anything in particular. I'm wondering if he gonna say to me, I appreciate what you did for me when you got them groceries, because he did thank me that day. But I'm wondering if that's what he's gonna do. Just say that again and then say, I found someone, I found the love of my life. I'm thinking of proposing to her in the summertime, when we make 2 years, because he's been with this person for a year and a half as of January. Child, he didn't say nothing yesterday. And I just thought, oh, okay, he ain't gonna say nothing back. Okay, good. So then he said something today when I made that post. As soon as I made that post, all of a sudden I had a notification. I was like, I saw a notification. I was like, who is this? Looked and it was him. So he was like, yeah, I've been looking for you, and you know what I'm saying? You were so sweet and so nice, and the vibe was this and that. And I just wanted to I haven't had that authenticity. He said something about authenticity. Y'all, I meant to pull it up because I screenshot it. Usually when I screenshot stuff like that, it'll pop up on my tablet because I screenshot it from my phone. And I be looking like, oh, okay, since you want to add yourself on there, let's see if you do that. But anyway, if I can get it to pop up within the next minute, I'll tell y'all exactly the words that were spoken. And I'm just looking at him like, sir, if you don't get away from here with this foolishness. So yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now so I can tell you exactly what he said, because I was looking like, what? Because it was so random. My phone is currently being used because I'm doing this, but I'm going to see if it allows me to see it. Because the other day, all kinds of stuff, it just synced, and I was like, oh, okay. All right, y'all, I'm trying to see if I can get it to sync real quick. I didn't even think about it until this moment. Let me see. But yeah, he literally used, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it up. Watch after I'm done with this, it'll pop up. Anyway, he said the authenticity and all of this stuff. And he was just like, oh, I just want that again. And I'm looking at him like, we ain't got nothing to rekindle. We ain't together. Like, what is he talking about? Then I had to read him without really reading him. And I said to him, what do you mean? We aren't together. I said, what? I said, huh? What are you talking about? You have a girlfriend. So I'm confused. Child, he had gotten back online. Hours ago. And got back offline. Because it's like, oh, you got busted. Oh, okay. Y'all, let me go look. Speaking of, let me go see if he's had it blocked on social media, where I was able to easily see that he had a whole situation going on. Because it's like, why even come to me when you have a whole woman? Leave me alone. That's why I don't fool with people. This is why people are so confused as to why I don't want to get nobody the time of day. This is why. Because people love to try me. That's why, honey. That is why. I don't have time for people lying to me and wanting to try me. So, y'all, let me look real quick. Yeah, let's see if he got it up here so I can look into it. Oh, he might have blocked it so people can't see it right now. All I know is that one of my friends, somebody that I've actually met, been cool with him, all of that, they're actually friends with him on here. So I'm like, oh, okay, then, cool. Yeah, I can't see it right now, y'all. I bet as soon as I get off here, I'll be able to see it on my phone. But anyway, I screenshot pictures and stuff. So, I mean, I've seen this woman since, like, right after, within a month or 2 months' time after our interaction. So I'm just like, sir, it wasn't no reason for this, but go off though. But you got busted. That's why I don't. Y'all see why I don't deal with people. People love to try me. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. This is why I keep trying to tell my friends I'm good where I'm at. All of that, because people really be trying to try me. So moving right along. Okay, y'all. So my friend that like kind of favors Cornelius, not from this season of Ready to Love, but last season, they look like they could be cousins, like whatever. Child. He didn't call me for my birthday, thank goodness. And so I reached out and I asked him had he left. And he said, I'm just not waking up. So he's still here in Virginia. But He was so tired and sleepy that when he responded to me, he said, I'm still here. And then he asked me what was my store number. And I was like, huh? Child, it seems like he might be trying to get something transferred here, a job transferred back here, because he has a lease in Texas and he's working in Texas, but he came here for meetings. And I'm like, what is going on here? So I feel like he's trying to be secretive. And I'm like, do what you do, but whatever. So then, child, let me just go ahead and get it. This is the meat and potatoes of it all, y'all. Let me tell y'all. Let me give y'all the meat and potatoes. Okay, so I told y'all about somebody who reached out to me on my birthday, right? Like, I seriously, and at times I playfully say that this person is supposed to be somebody who I was gonna be married to if I'm able to even carry. I would have been having kids by him and all this other stuff. Like, we really would have been married and had kids. He reached out to me today and he was like, good morning, short stuff. And so I responded. Child, he fine. Y'all don't understand how fine this man is. He fine. So I responded to him and I said good morning or whatever. He was like, how you doing? I said, I'm doing well. How are you? So the next thing I know, he called me and I'm like, why is he calling me? Like, what is going on here? Child, we talked for at least an hour and a half. And since he's traveling, he was like on the road traveling at the time. And he told me that he was going to be going through various like really rural areas like Greenville, Alabama and stuff like that to do certain things today, that he might lose reception and not to worry about that, because I jokingly say to him, oh, you ain't got to do me like that. You ain't got to hang up in my face like that. I understand that I hurt you when I ghosted you all those years ago. And like, he really will laugh, but at the same time, he read me, but in a nice way today. So years ago, I did tell him the reason why I ghosted him, because he didn't understand. Because he was like, well, what happened? Like, and so I told him my stance on the situation, which was that I felt that because he was so fine, that there was no possible way that he would be committed 100% to me. In my mind, I just saw the future and I was just like, oh, he gonna cheat. I ain't got time for this. Let me just go on about my business. And I mean, up until that moment, we had beautiful conversations. When we met up, it was awesome. Like, everything was coming up smelling like roses. Everything. There were no red flags. He came off very genuine. All of that. Always, and even right now, he's still a gentleman. He's always, super sweet. He's funny. Like, everything about him is right up my alley, right? Child, he done went off today. And so he was like, so you mean to tell me that you ghosted me because you thought that I was going to cheat on you? I was like, yes. He was like, are you serious? I was like, yes, I'm dead serious. Like, I said, you get up and look in the mirror every day, sir. Don't do this. You already know what you look like. He was like, look, I know I'm all right, but I ain't like that. I was like, you fine. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, boosting up somebody's head, child, gassing somebody up, child, he really, if I could show y'all what he looked like, y'all would understand. Anybody who has ever seen what he looked like, they be like, wait a minute. And he literally looks the same exact way that he did when we first met. Making my eye twitch. But anyway, he is fine for no reason. And he takes care of himself. And child, I just couldn't believe. Because like, okay, so a little bit more of the details about how we met. So we were on this site that's still around, but at that time it was geared towards people who were like really like looking to just talk to people who were like-minded, friendships and all that other stuff. Like, it literally was a place where you find friends and people who had similar interests than you do, that you have. Man, I actually had some great experiences. I had some people who were so dope to get to know. He was the main one, but at that time he didn't have no picture or nothing up, so I didn't really care, because we have this thing about Alabama football. Anybody who believes that I am an extreme Alabama football fan, no, he is way worse than me. Way worse than me. And like, people say I'm pretty bad when it comes to that. Yeah, he's way worse. So we were talking about Alabama football. He knew that I went to Alabama State University. He was going to Troy University at the time. So when we met, I was actually out of college, and I was like a year and a half out of college. He went to school late because he and I are like the same age. We just have like a 4 month, 3 or 4 month age difference or whatever, right? We're the same age for most of the year. So, y'all, I'm in the office having a great day. Everything seems to be going well. So we talking back and forth because I'm having little moments where I can have me a little break, and I'm talking to him on this site. Because like I said, we talking about football and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Child, he was like, oh, well, I'm coming to Montgomery. I'm going to come home, and I'm gonna come see my mama. Like, he lives for his mama. Lived for his grandmama as well. She passed away a couple of years ago. So I was like, okay then. So he was gonna come home, spend time with his mama and all that other stuff. He's very family oriented. So I was like, okay, cool. So he was like, if you're available, I'd like to, try to meet up with you or whatever, if you have a few minutes to spare, because I know you're working. I was like, yeah, I should be good. Y'all, when I tell you, no other time at this particular place that I had been working at did I have any issues. I ain't have no surprises pop off. I didn't really have nothing. Now, when I worked at DHR, every day I went in knowing that the world was probably going to be on fire and explode, and I was going to be at work longer than I was supposed to be and all of that. But at this other job where I was still working in the capacity as a social worker, I was just like, okay, because I really would leave pretty much on time every day unless I wanted to stay behind doing paperwork. Child, this particular day, the most popped off with one of my clients. The absolute most popped off with my clients. So I'm telling him, oh, well, I can meet you at 4. Cool. Child, please. Next thing I know, everything in the world done happened. So then I'm like, oh, well, I might have to push it back a little bit. Child, he on his way by this time. He was like, oh, well, you good? Because he ended up leaving out later. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Man, every time I looked up, I had to keep pushing it back. So then he had gotten into the city. I'm like, oh, he gonna think I'm lying. Oh my gosh, he gonna think I'm lying. I'm over here panicking. And keep in mind, y'all, I don't know what he looked like at this time. And I don't really care. And like I've already said before, like, I'm not a scary person. So I wasn't fearful of meeting up with someone who I didn't know like that. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't know what he was driving, none of that. Child, went from 4 o'clock to, y'all, it was almost midnight. Y'all, it was almost midnight by the time I was finally able to meet up with him. And I just kept apologizing profusely, y'all. I was just like, oh my gosh. I had already heard what he sounded like over the phone. He country. He country and he funny. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really tell what he would possibly look like at all, by the way he sound on the phone at all. Like, I'm just saying. So I was like, oh, okay, so I know what he sound like. I knew he was black. That's all I knew. And I knew he was from Montgomery, and that was it. I was like, all right, cool. I knew his name, whatever. I didn't think to look his name up. So, I was busy at work at that time. So again, like I said, I ain't scary. I didn't care. Child, I had an emergency situation pop off with one of my clients. Then I thought I was in the clear. Child, please. It literally was almost about to be 12 o'clock on the dot. I think I met him at like 11:45 p.m. finally. So I met him in this parking lot. I think the Staples parking lot off the boulevard. It used to be a Staples. I don't know what it is now. That's why I met him. It was a Wendy's, a Staples, or whatever. So I met him in the Staples parking lot because I was like, I want to still be in public. There were people still around or whatever. And I'm like, shoot, something pop off. I'm around these lights. I'm good. So he messaged me. He was like, where you at? What kind of car do you have? I told him because at the time I had a white Crown Vic. So I told him what I had. He was like, okay. So I don't know which direction he coming from. Child, I see somebody walking towards me. He had like this bubble coat or something on or whatever. And I was like, okay, because it was one of those days where it was hot during the day but cold at night. And it had dropped. That temperature dropped that day. So he was bundled up in this bubble coat. So then I'm looking like, oh God. So then he get to my car, and then he knock on the window, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I become nervous. I'm a naturally anxious person anyway. Even though I wasn't scared, I was not scared of him or any of that. I just got nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I let down the window. He was like, you gonna get out the car? I was like, yeah. Child, he done took the hood off, then bust open the little bubble coat. Was like, give me a hug. Y'all, it's like you would think he was skinny. It's the lies for me. He had muscles. He had muscles and things, and child, child, child. So yeah, you would just think he was skinny, but he's actually not skinny at all. He was so fine, y'all. I could not believe my eyes. I could not believe. I'm like, how in the world was the person that I was talking to this person right here? Somebody lied. But yeah, y'all, we talked for I don't know how long that day. Then the weekend was coming up, and we met up like a couple of times, linked up. We were talking whenever we weren't in each other's face. Child, it was a whole vibe. Like, but then, like the last time I met up with him, he was about to actually take me to see his mama, and so we met like out, like kind of up the street, but not quite far enough to where you could still see his mama's house. So we was, having our little moments and things. And it was everything, child. And like he wanted to take me in the house to meet his mama. And I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. Like, You know what I'm saying? Child, I can't. So we had our moments, and I promise you, woo, child, when I tell you the connection was too strong. The connection was too strong that day, man. I could have ended up pregnant that day. I'm just trying to tell y'all, if I hadn't left, I might have gotten pregnant. So anyway, I ended up leaving, and then for whatever reason, when I left, as I was going down the street, I said, I gotta cut this off. I gotta be done with him. I can't do this because he too fine. He gonna cheat on me. He gonna try me. I can't do this. Like, why am I gonna set my own? I'm setting my own self up for failure. Why would I do this? Child, I didn't answer no messages from him no more. I didn't say nothing. And eventually I let it just die down to where he was just like, well, dang. Golly, okay. I don't know what happened, but I guess she ain't talking to me no more. So then, fast forward quite a few years. I'm with someone who is my now ex. And he saw me on social media, and he reached out and befriended me, or I befriended him, whatever. I don't know. I think I befriended him because football season, oh my gosh, football season was upon us. And I was just like, man, I don't know why I thought about him, but I was just like, man, he's just as big of an Alabama fan as I am. So I can be platonic friends with another man without it going in another direction, whether I have a man or not. So I didn't think anything of me reaching out to him. We legit were talking about Alabama football, and I found out that he was actually playing the newest Call of Duty. So I was like, what? You play Call of Duty? Oh, okay. We were really like teaming up and playing together on a team. Like, it was awesome. So like we talking about football and we playing video games, like nothing out of the way. So one day he was telling me that I was beautiful and all this other stuff, and I was looking at him like, boy, if you don't shut up, what is you talking about? And he wanted me to send a picture of myself, and I did, and it was a full body picture. I wasn't naked or nothing like that or whatever. And so I probably shouldn't have done that considering I was in a relationship. But what y'all don't know is my ex was cheating. And if I told y'all the type of woman he was cheating on me with, y'all be like, all right, now okay, come on now. But I ain't even gonna go there. It's the truth, but I'm not even gonna go there. So anyway, he was actively cheating on me. Literally was on the phone, texting this heifer back and forth. And I told him that this was somebody who I was cool with back in the day. So he was like, oh, okay. As if he didn't care, because he was actively on the phone texting her and probably other people as well. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and hide who I'm talking to. I already told him that if he needed me to, I would give him codes to my phone and everything, all my social media and all that stuff, because I don't want you to ever think that I'm doing something and sneaking behind your back doing anything, right? He was like, no, I'm good, whatever, because he was, actively cheating. He didn't care. So something went down and I ain't had nobody to talk to. I had already cut so many people off, and I told him he could basically, this guy could tell that my energy was off that day. And he was like, well, what's wrong with you? And I told him, and I mean, part of me knows that I shouldn't have told him, because that's me involving another man in my relationship, essentially, and somebody who actually liked me at one point in time. But I felt like he would have just been a listening ear. But then, like, he was peeping stuff that I was refusing to see. So that was just a whole nother thing. But I was just like, no, it'll get better, whatever. I didn't even tell him that he was cheating on me. And I knew he was cheating on me. So, child. Anyway, fast forward some more. My relationship over with. We ended up becoming friends on social media again. Because I was just like, for the sake of my relationship, let me just delete him on there and on PlayStation Network and all of that, because I don't want anything to come back and make it seem as though I'm doing something when I'm not. Child, please. So my relationship was over, and he and we were friends again on social media, and I saw that okay, this is what happened. So when my relationship was over with my ex, or was about to be over with my ex, I reached out to him and I told him, I need to apologize to you. And he was like, why? And I said, I feel like I need to apologize to you for how things went down, because my ex actually made a situation happen, and he said certain things that I needed to say specifically to him. So that was another added thing. I had forgotten about that, y'all. It was just a lot. And I was just like, dang, like, it ain't got to be like that. Like, it's like all of a sudden, then he wanted to care. That was something that tripped me out before the relationship was all the way over. So I told him, I said, I have to apologize to you because you didn't deserve that. And I ended up just deleting you as my friend and all that stuff. Like, you've always been nice to me. You've always been sweet, whatever. He was like, oh, no, you good. Come to find out, he had gotten married to someone, which I literally just found that out today. Just found that out less than 12 hours ago, that he had been married for like a year to this woman. Child, we ain't even gonna go into that, but it didn't work. I thought he had gotten her pregnant and they had twins. Apparently she had kids, and that's what was going on. He still doesn't have any kids. But yeah, it was a lot. The stuff that he told me, y'all, I was just like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you're not happily married, because in my mind, I always saw him as someone who would be happily married out here, who would do right by the woman that he's with, because of how he's always been towards me. And you know what I'm saying? I always tell people that's the one that I allowed to get away, the person that I was supposed to be married to or whatever. Y'all tell me why today he went off and was like, you really sat up here and ghosted me because you thought that I was going to cheat on you. And I said yes. So he was like, you know what? The only thing that I will say to you is that I know I wouldn't have cheated on you, but I probably wouldn't have loved you correctly, because I told him, I said, you know what, everybody that I've been with, they always did me dirty in some kind of way. So even if you've never cheated on anybody in your life, somehow you would have done it, because apparently I've done something terrible in a past life, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to that and figure out what it is to pinpoint it, so I can, have that to be already over and done with. Like, let me know what it is so I can address it, so that it can stop. So all this foolishness could stop. By the way, if any of y'all know how to do that are into certain things, let me know, because if I need to meditate and get to that place in a deep meditative state, let me know how to do that, because I really would love to know what I did in a past life, because I do way too much good. And I try to give off what I want to receive back from the universe in a major way. But when it comes to my love life, I always get tried. And I'm just like, I do way too much. And like when I was talking to him today and I told him how I do too much, he wanted to know what I meant. And I explained to him that I basically kill myself. Like, I really drain my own self to make sure that I pour into the other person that I'm with. I go over, above, and beyond to make sure that every single thing that they want, need, or whatever is met. And he was just like, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. I can't even find nobody with common sense. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, y'all, I got read, but nicely. I got read, but nicely. And like he said it over and over again, like we were supposed to be married with kids running around here by now, and you sat up here and ghosted me, child. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm trying to get him married off. He is very, 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 very nice, very sweet, and I don't know. Like every time we talk, it's like we pick up where we left off. It's like nothing has ever changed. It's kind of scary. So yeah, y'all. As things happen and unfold, I'll let y'all know my little tea. I spill my own tea. I don't mind spilling my own tea. I feel like I'm real when it comes to that. I don't mind telling y'all what's going on and not just telling y'all what I feel like y'all want to hear. So yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I guess I should ask y'all if y'all even want to hear about anything like this again. So basically, if y'all are interested in stuff like this, let me know, and I'll keep y'all updated on what's going on with that and all the other foolishness that I told you all about. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll bother y'all later. Bye.